Hello everyone, welcome to the IAS Mentor Ancient History series. We are in chapter number 1, Stone Age. In previous video, we have seen the classification of history based on writing and archaeological evidences. In this video, we are going to analyze what is the classification of Stone Age, what we know about our own Indian ancestors in the past. What was the evidence? UPSC questions directly come from this part. In different places, different evidences came. UPSC is to match the following type of questions. In which part, what is the name of the site? When it comes to Stone Age, what is the evidence we have? Evidence is only stone tools plus other archaeological evidences. In Latin and Greek, when it comes to modern English, German languages, English language, many European languages, they take the root to Latin and Greek. Like in case of India, many regional languages are there like Hindi, Marathi, many languages, Rajasthani. They take the origin from Sanskrit. In this case also, this stone has a root word that is lithic. That's why lithic is the term you get when it comes to the classification of Stone Age. For example, if it is new, root word go to neo. If it is old, paleo. If it is middle, meso. If it is old Stone Age, that means neo Paleolithic age. If it is a new Stone Age, Neolithic age. If it is a middle Stone Age, Mesolithic age. First I am introducing you the terms. Then I will give you the story, narration, what is the story behind this. Our evidence to know about our ancestors is this. In case of India, during British time period, British were trying to know about India's past. Wherever monuments are there, wherever temples are there, mosques are there, any big monuments are there, they were going and visiting. Even they started learning Sanskrit also. By learning Sanskrit, they read Vedas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Puranas, they have learned. And in fact, to know about India, Europeans have done more research to rule India. In the process, one person was Robert Bruce Foote. Important prelims question. Robert Bruce Foote. Nowadays, UPSC is asking about archaeologists also. He is the one who discovered, like accidentally, he discovered one stone. With observation, he identified that this is not a natural stone, but it is a stone, but that stone was used as a tool for something. If something is a tool means someone has made a tool out of naturally available stone. Then in the time scale, when it comes to archaeology, there are various methods to identify the time period of any particular archaeological object. It came out to be one of the oldest Paleolithic tool in India. This gave evidence that in India also people did not come only from the Vedas, but much long before Vedic age itself, people were there. The person who identified that stone or Paleolithic tool is Robert Bruce Foote. Remember, this is a prelims question. So he was a geologist and archaeologist. He is called father of Indian prehistory. Are you identifying this term? In the previous video, I have already introduced what is the meaning of prehistory. Classification: historic period, prehistoric period, protohistoric period. So he is considered as the father of Indian prehistory. Connecting the dot now. So his name is Robert Bruce Foote. Near Madras, in 18, you can see this, in 1850s, somewhere, he identified in 1863, 1850s and 63, he identified some tools which were made by our ancestors long ago. Long ago means not 1000 years ago, not 2000 years ago, not 3000 years ago, lakhs of years ago. That's why he is considered as the father of Indian prehistory. Prelims question is his name. Simply UPSC will not give complicated one. UPSC simply mention like Alexander Cunningham, Robert Bruce Foote are related to number 1, poets, number 2, archaeologists, number 3, political leaders, number 4, governor generals, archaeologists, scholars, like that you can identify. Now coming back to this. So what is happening here? One of the earliest stone tools were identified by Robert Bruce Foote near Madras. Identify this one. Here some prelims questions are also there. In 1757, British defeated Bengal Nawab in a battle called Battle of Plassey in Bengal. In 1764, in a battle called Battle of Buxar, Plassey is a place in present-day West Bengal. Buxar is a place in present-day Bihar. British defeated Indian forces and started ruling or administering Bengal region. In 1770s, they took the interest in administration. In 1780s, Asiatic Society of Bengal was created. Asiatic Society of Bengal. Here prelims questions are there. That's why I would like to show you Asiatic Society of Bengal. The person behind this Asiatic Society was William Jones. You can see this. William Jones. This is the portrait of him. Asiatic Society of Bengal. In 1820s, this is how it looked. What is the importance of this? The importance of this, his name is important for prelims question. The person behind the establishment of Asiatic Society of Bengal is William Jones. Remember him. Already you got Robert Bruce Foote. Second person we are getting William Jones. When it comes to Robert Bruce Foote, 1850s and 1860s, that time. But he is in 1780s. Now you say this. 1780s, William Jones. He is the person who was instrumental in this. What is the purpose of this organization means? To know about India's oldest scriptures by understanding Sanskrit, Persian, Arabic. They read about India and they understood. But what is the story? During this time period, If they want to know about India, they have to begin with the text called Veda. In 1800s, new technologies emerged. Now, here, what we are studying, this is journey towards prehistoric period. Prehistoric period. India was having history from Vedas. But as the new science and technology increased in 1800s, in 1860s, archaeology also improved, because wherever British were conquering, they are coming to know that India's past having are filled with a lot of wonders. They had great monuments, great sculptures, great paintings, and some of the areas which completely hidden or completely forgotten by Indians also unearthed. In wars and battles, they came across many things. In the normal exploration, they came across many things. By 1860s, they wanted to create an organization which will systematically study about India's developments in the past, which is not written in the written format. That means they wanted to know about India's past, which is not yet written, which is hidden beyond writing. That is archaeological survey of India was established. Again, another person name is coming, prelims question. If you follow these videos, you can answer multiple questions. This is Archaeological Survey of India. You can see this. And in which year? Archaeological Survey of India. He is the person. His name is Alexander Cunningham. He is the person. He is very much instrumental in creating this organization. It was created in 1861. We are seeing how first of all, in 1700s, they don't know about Stone Age. They don't know about Indus Valley Civilization. These two chapters, initial two chapters were not there for them. History means Vedic period only. But there is a history much beyond Vedic. That now one systematic organization created, that is Archaeological Survey of India, in which year? 1861. Who is the person? Alexander Cunningham. Now you see, the organizations and people match the following type of questions. You go to previous year questions and you solve whatever content, whatever content I am giving directly related to UPSC prelims and mains. You can answer multiple prelims questions and mains questions also you can write. In 1861, Archaeological Survey of India was created. Who is the person? Alexander Cunningham. Already we have seen one person earlier, William Jones. Remember this. Asiatic Society of Bengal, William Jones. This is written. But there is history hidden beyond this literature that came only with exploration of different areas by recording various monuments, various scriptures, whatever is written on the walls, various details from hidden treasures beyond existing literary sources. 1861. And why 1861? In just before few years, in 1857, great revolt has taken place. Everyone knows Rani Jhansi Lakshmi Bai, Tantia Tope, many freedom fighters, Mangal Pandey. They were the great leaders during this time period. They fought against the British Raj because by this time, the British exploitation was so deep, so intense. So many famines have taken place. Millions of people died. Peasants used to die, artisans used to die, common people used to die. Everywhere chaos, everywhere death was dancing across Indian subcontinent during British Raj whenever famine comes. That's why Indians felt enough is enough. They revolted. British also transferred in 1857. We were not under any king, we were under a company. It's like today MNC, multinational company. For example, every day we are using Google Maps. So just imagine tomorrow Google come and rule India. How it is going to be? The purpose of Google is to earn profits. The purpose of any MNC, the major, no doubt there will be social objective, but ultimately to the stakeholders or shareholders, ultimately a business corporation has to show profits at the end of the year. East India Company is one of the earliest companies which ruled the country, not the king. That's where exploitation also more, because their only concern, they collect the land revenue, they collect the tax to satisfy the shareholders of East India Company, not to satisfy the people of India. Great revolt, exploitation. Now, Queen, at this time, Queen was there, Queen Victoria. Queen Elizabeth was the one who gave charter to East India Company in 1600, Queen Victoria. Now, India's rule or Indian administration came under Queen, 1858 onwards. Now they felt that they are yet to know India more clearly. They don't know India much. Otherwise, they could have prevented such a kind of great revolt. Because in this great revolt, many Europeans, many British are also killed, and as a revenge, British have killed larger scale of Indians after this great revolt got suppressed. They want to know more about India. Then they felt that it is not about literature. There is a story about India beyond this literature. Let us start digging out the truth. Archaeological Survey of India. Before that also, they came across different monuments that created some interest. But after 1861, when organization got created, intense research started about India's past, much beyond Vedas, much beyond literature. In the process, this is how lot of evidences came out. In many places, evidences came about different stone tools, different paintings, different metals, different pottery. When they dig out, when they explore new areas, they are coming to know this. And in the process, they are coming to know that the age of these tools, when they see the burial grounds, and these burials not buried, these dead bodies are not buried 1,000 years ago. They are buried 10,000 years ago, even much beyond that. This is where completely a new picture is emerging about India's past. Then one of the great civilization of human history emerged, not only India, it surprised even the scholars also, archaeologists also, British administrators also, that how developed Indians long ago, almost 5,000 years ago itself, Indians were living in cities. Cities means civilized. What is the fundamental ideology of the British? Indians are uncivilized people. Gradually, are you getting the importance of prehistoric period, proto-historic period, or the first two chapters? The more they dig out, their ideology is becoming wrong. British started justifying their rule by saying that Indians are not civilized people. Indians don't know how to live. Indians we came to India to uplift Indians and make them civilized. But in the archaeological survey, they are coming to know about astonishing facts that much before Europeans became civilized, Indians already got civilized. This evidence came in by 1920s, that is Indus Valley Civilization. Indus Valley, near Indus Valley, this civilization flourished. Cities were flourished, town planning, great administration, whatever the so-called modern day administrative elements were present in Indus Valley civilization. How many years ago? That is 2000 years before Jesus. What is the religion of British? Majority of the British, that is Christianity. Jesus is considered as the reference point of history. Now, 2000 years before Jesus, Indians were like this. Now, the more they dig, and they are coming to know about greater facts. By 1920s, like this. But this city culture is not going to be all of a sudden. Can it be all of a sudden? But the British wanted to prove that these cities are also not created by Indians. Someone came from outside and they gifted to India. Like at this point of time, British are ruling. Indians are not civilized. British came from outside to uplift India. Similarly, when new evidence come, British started creating new theories that these cities also not created by Indians. They are gifted by the foreigners who came from outside. And again, it is an insult to Indians. At this point of time only, Indus non-cooperation movement was going on. Later, civil disobedience movement, later Quit India movement. Then, more and more interesting, more and more curiosity also created among Indians also to know about our past. Now, Indians also started looking much beyond Vedas. Indians also now convinced that there is history much beyond religious scriptures. Earlier, if someone wants to know about India's greatness, then take the Vedas, take the Puranas, take the Mahabharata epic, then read it. Whatever they are saying, that is our past. But now this evidence is showing that there is history, there is a greater history even much before that. That's where Indus Valley Civilization created curiosity. More and more research started coming. After India got independence also, the independent Indian government started giving more funds to Archaeological Survey of India. You see importance of this, to dig more and more. And more facts came. Even these cities also did not develop all of a sudden. Much before, this is 5,000 years earlier or 4,000 years ago, cities were there. But so many thousand years ago itself, foundations for this laid. Comprehensively, all that evidence we are going to understand as part of the culture Stone Age. If we know the life of these people, this life become the foundation. This life become the foundation for Indus Valley Civilization. That is cities. And that is how it become the foundation for the present day India. Today, India. So whatever characteristics we are having, Indian society, Indian economy, Indian science, Indian religion, the roots go back to this time, and further these roots go back to this time. Are you getting now? Is it clear? What is the importance of Stone Age? Now suppose if you are not interested in this chapter, if you are not interested in this chapter, now can you understand this? Our understanding about past will not be complete. If we don't know about this, that means we are like equal to those people who are living 100 years ago. 100 years ago also, they don't know about this, and we also don't know. And it is very surprising and also very coincident that we are in 2025, almost exactly 1921-24, almost 100 years ago, exactly 100 years ago, this Indus Valley Civilization was unearthed. So 100 years ago also, no IVC, no Stone Age. They don't know. British someone came and started telling the stories that Indians are uncivilized. Now, if we also don't know about this, then there is no difference between those people who became slaves to British and for us. To know about our greatness, we have to know about this also. Setting? This is how. Are you understanding how the history is setting now? Stage. IVC Stone Age is setting the stage for great India's past. This is one. In the process, I have given so far different set of people with respect to prelims. I will just note down, because this class is not only to make very clear about our past, and also to create interest in you about past, our history. Along with that, you have to answer the questions in prelims and mains. That is the purpose. It has two-fold purpose. One is to generate interest in you about history. History is not a boring one. History is not at all just mugging up the facts. Is there anything to mug up the facts here? I am giving you the logical explanation and logical development one after the other. Don't remember the facts. Don't burden your brain at all. When you remember the story, automatically many facts you will remember. Those facts are enough to clear prelims also. Now summarizing this. So one is to create interest, another one to solve the questions in exam also. That is the real purpose of this series. Now when it comes to examination, I'll just overall whatever names and terminologies introduced, I'm writing here. I have written Asiatic Society of Bengal. The person behind this is William Jones. Then Archaeological Survey of India, Alexander Cunningham. In between, there is a person called Robert Bruce Foote. People: William Jones, Robert Bruce Foote, Alexander Cunningham. Prelims question will be like this. In the context of ancient Indian history, William Jones, Alexander Cunningham, Robert Bruce Foote belongs to A, B, C, D. A, writers, or you consider authors of Sanskrit literature. B, scholars related to archaeology. D, C, some governor generals. D, some educational people. It is about archaeologists. Getting? That is how. I have explained you what is the significance of these people also in uncovering or unearthing our own greatness, our own past. Next, when it comes to Stone Age, now we are entering into the life of the Stone Age people. So far I have made it very clear that in which context, through which lens you have to see our Stone Age. To understand our Stone Age, you see this one. This is Robert Bruce Foote. He discovered something called hand axe. Paleolithic hand axe. You see this one? This is a stone. But do you think, is it something very naturally available like this? You can see as if someone has created this. And the age of that people, age of that kind of tools going back to lakhs of years. Now, another set of prelims questions are coming. From which places we got these kind of tools? If there is no tool means, then we cannot say anything. If there is availability or if there is evidence of such tools means some kind of human activity was there in those places. Now I am drawing the India map. These are the places, again, prelims. So whatever I am marking on the map, these are all very important for prelims point of view. Prehistoric sites. The heading is prehistoric sites. Prehistoric sites means I already given you the term prehistory. What is prehistory? We don't have any written record. We have to depend on whatever object that is discovered by our archaeologists. Archaeologists are those people who are experts in surveying, exploring, and excavating different parts of India and unearthing what is hidden beneath the earth and above the surface also. In this, from India or Indian subcontinent, now onwards you have to be very clear that if we are talking about Indian history means we are talking about Indian subcontinent. Today there is Bangladesh, India, Pakistan. But nature has created something else. This is our nature. You see this? Nature itself created certain boundaries. Today we may be calling different country names. But when it comes to nature, this is ocean, water, another in water. Are you not seeing as if a natural boundary? This land has a boundary, natural boundary, this side ocean. As if ocean or fort, water fort, protecting India from any kind of invasions from this side. That's what. Nature itself created such natural defenses. Now what about this one? It's like a natural wall. Himalayas. Natural wall. Can you see? It's a nature itself created boundaries through Himalayas in the northern side, through oceans in the southern side. Nature itself. And this one will go here like this. And in fact, it will go like this. Present day Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, as if they are all belong to geographically. Today, politically divided into different countries. But geographically, it appears as if a single unit. So, from the nature point of view, this is a single unit. And in fact, the British themselves used to say, in India, there are so many castes, people used to fight in the name of caste. There are so many religions, people used to fight in the name of religion. Region, northern part, southern part, South Indian, North Indian, Northeast, Western, Kashmir, differences will be there. British came up with so many innovative ideas to rule. They have to show that British came here to unify you because you are like this. Then only they can rule. That's why they used to propagate such kind of theories. And they used to say that India, in Indian mean Indians are having so many identities and they used to fight amongst themselves. One kingdom used to fight with another kingdom. There is no concept called India. It's only a geographical expression. In the words of British colonial administrators only, they themselves used to say. It's only a geographical expression. That means what? Geography we have not created. Nature itself created. So this is, from the nature point of view itself, Indian subcontinent appears as a separate unit and which creates a different identity from those people who are living beyond this unit and beyond this unit, this side. So nature itself has created this identity, geographical unit. But our freedom fighters made, it's not only geographical expression, but even in case of culture also, there are many similarities. No doubt there are diversity elements, diverse elements are there, but there is a unity spirit also. The spirit of unity. That's why if you want to describe in one single phrase, what is the soul of India means unity in diversity. That's what we say. We are unified, but we live in our own way. We believe our own gods. We speak different languages. We follow different festivals across. But again, there is a unity called Indian feeling. That's where British administrators themselves could not hidden this kind of fact, that is geographical unit. Now, when it comes to, that's why When it comes to Indian subcontinent, our history means you have to think about our geographical unit. That's where our map also will be like this. This is about Indian subcontinent. Today there are different countries. They have, Afghanistan has its own way of looking. Pakistan has its own way of life. India has our own way of life. Bangladesh has its own way of life. But when it comes to history means our ancestors dependent on this, and today we are also dependent on this only. That's why we have to see as a geographical unit. Now in this area, when archaeologists started digging, they came across different places. These places are important for prelims. For example, there is a place called Hathnora. You see this, if you read NCERT also, you will find these places. And there is a place called Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. And there is a place called Adamgarh. In Maharashtra, there is a place called Bori. In Andhra Pradesh, there is a place called Karnool Caves. Karnool Caves. What about this Bhimbetka? Bhimbetka Caves. Adamgarh? Adamgarh Caves. So caves means what? Our cavemen, our ancestors were living in these caves. Today we are living in advanced cities. Our life started from there only. Across the world, life started from there only. Karnool Caves. Then in Tamil Nadu, Attirampakam. Attirampakam. Pallavaram, near Madras. These are the places, some of the places. There are so many such places. Some of the places which are giving evidence to prove that there was life beyond Vedas, much before Vedas, much before Bible, much before Quran. This is how. If you go this side, Sohan Valley, present day Pakistan region. In this area, Davos-e Harding, one place. And there is a place in present day Balochistan, Mehergarh. Mehergarh. Like this. Now, as you proceed to different places in Rajasthan, you will find like this. That means, in these places, there is an evidence like this. Like this. These kind of stone tools were identified. That means people were dependent on this technology. These stone tools they used for their lifestyle. Lifestyle means what? First of all, they have to live. What kind of food? Whatever food they were getting, they have to use such kind of tools to get that food. Based on the availability of these kind of tools, archaeologists again classified. When it comes to the age of these tools, some are giving the age is going back to 1000 BC. Around 1000 BC, that means 1000 years before Jesus. Or you consider 1000 years before Adam and Eve. According to Bible story, Adam and Eve, the beginning point. But the archaeology, that is why science and technology is so crucial to understand our humanity. History is not a static one. History is not a dead subject. The way you look about history itself changes when you bring other subjects' knowledge like archaeology, radiocarbon dating method, then environmental science. Based on environment, weather changes, you will know how our past, how our people moved from one area to the another area migration, and also how our people started taking food items also. As climate change, as the pattern of life changes, people also take different food habits. That's why history now has become so dynamic. As the new evidences come, our understanding about our past is also changing. 1000 years before Bible, some evidences came, some tools like that came. When someone dig here 7000 BC, that means 7000 years before Bible, 7000 years before Jesus, some evidence came in this. And in some place, even it is going back to even in places like Hathnora, 5 lakh years, 5 lakh years ago. It's not 1000 years before Bible, not 7000 years before Bible. It is going, the evidence is going to 5 lakh years before Adam and Eve, you consider. Then, if that is the case, can we believe whatever religious books are saying that humanity created by God and this is how the humanity progressed? That is no doubt, a religion is one of the wonderful innovations or invention of human spirit or humanity. Every religion, when it started, it is for this only. When many people were fighting in the name of differences, one leader will come. That leader could be any name, whatever name different religious people call. It is for the spirit of unity only. What is the story of Bible, Adam and Eve? That is an attempt to make people believe that we should not fight. We all human beings belong to same family. Upanishads talk about the same thing, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. These religious texts talk about every person across the globe belong to same family, we should not fight. Quran also says Allah created everyone, that means we all belong to the same family. When it comes to the beginning point, the purpose of any new idea is to create this only. But only when this idea mixed with the politics, mixed with the human emotions like territorial ambition, territorial expansion, the greed to rule as much territory as possible, to rule as many people as possible, then people will use the same religious ideology to kill some people and to expand into new areas. That is called nothing but wars and battles. In wars and battles, people die. Ultimate aim is a person's greed, a ruler. We are calling a ruler, we are calling a king, any name, whatever name. Different languages have different names for these leaders. Their ambition to rule the world as much as possible, they have to do these wars and battles. And when war happens, many people kill on both sides. But every religion, when it started, for this purpose only. That's why Adam and Eve story also to create a feeling among all sections of the people that we all belong to same family. We should not fight, we should live together. But here issue comes, we cannot take that story or whatever Bible says, whatever Purana says, Upanishad says, whatever Vedas says, whatever Quran says as a history. History means there must be a proof. It must have happened really. That reality comes from these archaeological sources. This archaeology, the more archaeological survey are bringing out more evidence, our attitude towards religions are also changing. Our attitude towards these wars in the name of religion also changing. That's why we are calling secular states. Secular means we should not do politics in the name of religion. Because whatever religion is saying, whatever stories religion is propagating, that is not exactly the truth. There is much truth beyond this. That evidence coming from Archaeological Survey of India. That is exactly the purpose of Stone Age. The more you know about Stone Age and Indus Valley Civilization, that means the more you know about the first two chapters, your perspective towards our past itself will change. Our perspective towards our secularism also change. 1000 years ago, some evidence, 7000 years ago, now you see 5 lakh years ago, that means 5 lakh years before Jesus, people were living here. This is the same case in Europe also. In Europe also, lakhs of years ago, people were there. In Africa also, lakhs of years ago, people were there. That's where we call the earliest evidence of humanity is coming from Africa. From there, migration is evident that people from one part of the globe to other part of the globe, they migrated and spread human species across the world. Today, how many people are there across the globe? 800 billion, 800 crore people. In India and China itself, almost 300 crore people are there. This land, one of the earliest evidence of humanity is going back to this particular time period. So what is happening here? Prehistoric side. I just introduced you the evolution of the prehistoric period. This you consider journey towards prehistoric, that is unearthing, discovering our past. So what is this? We consider this is discovery of our past. There is life beyond religious books. That story is coming from archaeology. Since the establishment of British Raj, many efforts happened, and these efforts were like this. From the prelims point of view, these are the people like William Jones, Alexander Cunningham, Robert Bruce Foote. These are the people, some of the people who contributed in unearthing our past before Vedas. These are some of the places called prehistoric sites. In these sites, evidences like stone tools, paintings, caves, potteries, burials, they are all evident from these places. These are only few places. As we proceed to the details of different phases, we will come to know. I will give you the classification. In these places, this kind of stone tools emerged, but they all do not belong to the same age. As I said, in some place 1000 BC, in some place 5 lakh years ago. Can we consider the people who were living 5 lakh years ago and the people who are living 1000 years ago or 3000 years ago? Can the lifestyle be the same or change happens? Definitely change will take place. 2000 years ago when Jesus was there, now we are after 2000 years after Jesus, huge difference. The society in which Jesus was living was different, and the society which we are living, just for 2000 years itself, this much change. Can't you expect any change in the life of the people who lived 5 lakh years ago and 1000 years ago? Definitely there will be change. And this evidence, not only 5 lakh, it is even going back to beyond 10 lakh years ago. In fact, there is no clarity that how many lakhs of years ago this evidence. New evidence comes, new change will take place. So at least we have some clarity that in Indian subcontinent there were people beyond 5 lakh years ago. Now, the people who are living in 5 lakh years ago, are they really humans? That means, are they looking like same exactly like we are looking today, like 21st century people? Or was there any kind of difference? Definitely there was difference. Around this time period, humans are emerging from animal stage to modern humans. In fact, humans started walking with 2 legs around this time period. Around 10 lakh years ago, 5 lakh years ago, 15 lakh years ago only, people started moving with 2 legs. That means people started walking straight. Before that, people were walking with 4 legs like animal. So that biological evolution also changed these many years. Based on all these things, based on evidences, in some place there were very big tools, in some place small tools were there, in some place very polished stone. It's not very rough. In some place very rough tools, in some place polished one. Suppose if there is a place, if there are 2 places, one place is giving rough tools, one place is giving polished tools. Which place you consider latest one? The place where polished tools emerge, that is the latest one. If you consider in the technological evolution also, if you take internet started in 1980s, that is in the beginning stage. And the way we are seeing in 2020s, the internet completely revolutionized. Any technology, any tool which developed early is going to be very rough. As humanity proceeds, polished nature, the styles will change, the polished nature will emerge for the latest people. That shows people moved from one stage to the other stage. Based on the polishedness and based on the style of the stone tools, based on the size of the stone tools, that Stone Age is divided into 3 segments. So with this, we will end this class, and in the next video, we will continue one after the other. So this is classification of Stone Age. Classification of Stone Age. So in this video, we have seen the journey, that discovery of our past through stone tools. Classification of Stone Age based on stone tools. In some places very rough and very big, in some places very small tools, in some places very polished tools. Based on that, Stone Age classified into 3 classes or 3 phases. Number 1, Old Stone Age, natural, Old Stone Age, old people. A New Stone Age and Middle Stone Age. 3 phases. Old, middle and new. Clear? So 3 phases. Like in case of historic classification, historic period, prehistoric period and protohistoric. In case of Stone Age also 3 phases. Stone Age, middle, new Stone Age, middle Stone Age and old Stone Age. Based on Latin and Greek, it's called Paleolithic phase. New means Neolithic phase. And this is Mesolithic phase. Mesolithic phase. One simple difference, with that we will end this phase, we will end this class, and next we will start in details about the life about these people in detail in next video. These are the people who discovered or who invented fire. These are the people. Fire. And these are the people, they used large stone tools. These are the people who domesticated animals. Fire they invented. They used to hunt the animals. Their life is to hunt and take the food. And here they domesticated the animals like goat, sheep. They need not to hunt daily. They get the food at home itself. These are the people who invented agriculture. So the moment agriculture means, today also we are agrarian country. But our knowledge about agriculture comes from Neolithic people. All right. So with this, we will end the class. 3 phases: Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic phase. Fire, hunting and gathering, domestication of animals, they started. Agriculture practice started. All belong to Stone Age only. All people are believing, they all dependent on stone tools only, like this. Stone tools. But when it comes to the application of these tools, someone is using for hunting, someone is using for domestication of animals, someone is using for agriculture. They used large stones, they used small. And these people polished. So that shows they are more advanced. Polished stone tools, small stone tools, large stone tools, based on the size and the polished nature of the tools. Again, Stone Age, it's not a single classification. Again, it classified into 3 because as the technology is changing, lifestyle also changed. For example, computer age, before computer age. If you go to banking system, before computers, everything is written one phase. Once the computers came, computer age. We are all modern people only. We are all living in modern India, modern days. But within modern days, before computer, during computer, now we are calling artificial intelligence age. Machines are going to think that phase, artificial intelligence, modern period only. But within modern period, if you consider computer, before computer, during computer, within computers itself, artificial intelligence phase. Like that, Stone Age, large, small, and polished. So naturally, if there is no computer, one kind of lifestyle, economy, society, religion, everything, one set of one kind of lifestyle. During computers, one kind of lifestyle. Now, the moment artificial intelligence take over the humanity, our society is going to change forever. Our economic system change forever, and our currency itself may change forever. Our current system may be called cryptocurrency, something which we cannot even see, only in the form of digits, in the form of computer program. Our currency is going to be. At least today we can see like coins and paper currency, but in future people may not even see that, but still they consider a currency. Artificial intelligence is going to change economic system, political system, society, religious beliefs, everything is going to change. Similarly, the stone tools also changed their life. That is, that detail, the life of Paleolithic, life of Mesolithic, life of Neolithic phase, we will see in another video. Is it clear? In part 2, we have discussed, in part 2 of Stone Age, we have discussed that the discovery of our past through archaeological evidences, different organizations and different set of people involved in uncovering or unearthing our own past, and based on the nature of the stone tool, classification of Stone Age. All right. In part 1, we have seen classification of history. In part 2, we have seen classification of Stone Age. In next part, we will see in detail about the life of these people. From the prelims point of view, remember the people, remember the organizations, and remember the places. All right. With this, we will end this session. In next video, we will continue another element of detailed life of Stone Age people. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.